Breaking. Vatican confirms Cardinal Tagle as new pope. The air was electric with anticipation as crowds gathered in St. Peter's Square. The moment was here. History was about to unfold before the eyes of the world. For the first time, in nearly 500 years, a non-European cardinal had been elected as the Pope of the Catholic Church. News agencies rushed to announce the historic event, and the faithful, who had been waiting with bated breath, watched as the doors of the Vatican balcony slowly opened. A hushed silence fell over the crowd, and then a new figure appeared. His face radiated warmth, humility, and grace. It was none other than Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, Archbishop of Manila, who was now confirmed as the new pope. The name Pope Tagle echoed across the globe, marking the beginning of a new era for the Catholic Church. Cardinal Tagle's rise to the papacy was no accident. His deep spirituality, unwavering commitment to social justice, and his heart for the poor and marginalized were well known across the globe. But what did this election mean for the future of the Church? How would Pope Tagle shape the future of Catholicism and its place in the modern world? A global leader. Cardinal Tagle's background as a theologian and leader in the Church positioned him as a man of deep intellect and profound compassion. Born in the Philippines, he had risen through the ranks of the Church, starting as Bishop of Imus and later becoming Archbishop of Manila. His devotion to his people and his ability to connect with individuals from all walks of life had earned him admiration, not just in his home country, but globally. Pope Tagle's election was a breakthrough for the Catholic Church, signaling a broader global perspective. For centuries, the papacy had been dominated by Europeans, but now the Church was turning a new page with a leader from Asia. His election was not just a reflection of his faith and leadership, but also a symbolic recognition of the Church's global reach and mission. A heart for the people. One of Pope Tagle's most distinguishing characteristics has always been his deep empathy for the people, especially the marginalized. His commitment to social justice and his unwavering support for the poor, the homeless, and the forgotten members of society made him a beloved figure. Throughout his ministry, Tagle used his platform to advocate for the most vulnerable in society, reminding the faithful that the true calling of the Church was to serve those in need. Tagle's focus on social justice was not just theoretical. It was embodied in his daily actions. Whether advocating for systemic changes to combat inequality or participating in rallies for the poor, he was always present in the fight for a more just and equitable world. His humility and accessibility made him a leader who truly walked the talk. Building bridges, not walls. Perhaps one of the most striking elements of Pope Tagle's vision for the Church is his commitment to inclusivity and dialogue. As cardinal, Tagle had often spoken about the need for the Church to build bridges with others, especially in a world that is increasingly divided. He believed that the Church should not be a fortress, but a home that welcomed all people, regardless of their background, race, or socioeconomic status. His vision for the Church was one that emphasized listening and understanding. He encouraged Catholics to embrace dialogue with people of all faiths and cultures, recognizing that true peace could only come through mutual respect and collaboration. This approach marked a shift away from the traditional view of the Church as an institution that was isolated from the world. Pope Tagle's Church was one that reached out, engaging with society in a meaningful way. Empowering the next generation Pope, Tagle's leadership also stood out for his deep connection with the younger generation. His efforts to mentor young people and empower them to be active participants in the Church's mission were evident. He wasn't just a figurehead, but an active teacher, inspiring the youth to carry the torch of faith forward. Pope Tagle understood that the future of the Church lay in the hands of the next generation. He called for greater involvement of youth in church activities, urging them to live out their faith through acts of service, kindness and compassion. His messages were always infused with hope and encouragement, urging young people to be a driving force for change in their communities. The role of evangelization in modern times. Another key aspect of Pope Tagle's vision is his approach to evangelization. In his view, evangelization was not just about spreading doctrine, it was about building relationships and creating a sense of community. As prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples, he emphasized the importance of understanding the diverse cultures and contexts in which the Church operates. Evangelization, in his eyes, was about making genuine connections with people and meeting them where they were in their spiritual journeys. Tagle's vision extended beyond the traditional boundaries of the Church. He sought to create a global, inclusive community that was actively engaged in solving the world's most pressing issues. Whether it was combating poverty, advocating for peace, or addressing climate change, Pope Tagle's approach to evangelization was holistic and forward-thinking. A church that cares for creation. One of the most profound aspects of Pope Tagle's papacy is his commitment to environmental stewardship. In a world increasingly affected by climate change and environmental degradation, Tagle's call for the Church to take a leading role in caring for the earth resonated deeply with many. He has long emphasized the interconnectedness of all creation and the moral responsibility to protect the planet. Tagle's advocacy for the environment is not just a political stance. It is rooted in his deep theological understanding that the earth is a gift from God, and humanity has a duty to care for it. His election as Pope was seen by many as a renewed commitment by the Church to be a voice for environmental justice. Global rejoicing and reactions. The news of Pope Tagle's election sent shockwaves around the world. From the bustling streets of Manila to the grand cathedrals of Europe, the faithful were jubilant. The election of a Filipino cardinal was a moment of pride for many in Asia, a region that had long been underrepresented in the leadership of the Catholic Church. World leaders, religious figures, and ordinary people from all walks of life sent messages of congratulations to Pope Tagle. His election was hailed as a victory not only for the Catholic Church, but also for all who believed in the values of compassion, justice, and unity. Embracing the challenges ahead. Despite the celebration, Pope Tagle's papacy comes at a time of great challenges for the Catholic Church, with secularism on the rise, divisions within the Church, and growing calls for reform. The new Pope faces a monumental task. His ability to address these challenges while remaining true to the core values of the Church will be critical in shaping the future of Catholicism. However, Pope Tagle's leadership style, characterized by humility, empathy, and a deep connection to the people, offers hope for a brighter future. His vision for the Church as a global, inclusive, and compassionate community gives Catholics worldwide something to rally behind. He believes that the Church should be a force for good in the world, a place of healing,